Welcome back to another video. We finally made it to the Lake District, and this time we'll be staying in one of my favourite ever camp spots, making our way across the Honister Pass and camping out in pouring rain. So join us. Things started out looking a little bit like this: pouring rain, Boris with the awning out, and us sheltering away from the monsoon. I have to say I'm not complaining though. The rain brings a sense of adventure that the sun doesn't, and the views are still just as good. Beautiful rolling hills, misty mountains, steamboats, and people out on the water on their canoes. All of this can be seen from our spot here at Side Farm, and that's exactly what makes it so special. About 10 people left this afternoon due to the rain. We saw them slipping down the grass, unfortunately, but all the better for us. Having a quiet, secluded spot, it almost feels like you're wild camping. So here's our spot for the evening. The rain has just come in. We thankfully pitched up just before the rain started, but as you saw, this campsite is absolutely beautiful. I think this time I'm just going to sort of focus on the beauty and sort of what we're doing rather than trying to put me on camera all the time. I thought I'd just come out now, show you how the van looks now, and then in front of me here is this amazing little mini waterfall. I think unfortunately there, obviously this time of year being the summer, there's a lot of people around, and including us, we're a part of that, so you can't complain. But it's nice to come away to these sort of areas here and get away from everyone, as it is pretty busy. Every sort of lay-by you see is pretty packed in, but I've had a lot of help from people on Instagram, messaging me, commenting on things to show me different areas we should go to. So we're going to be looking through that list, and we did do a cool pass through the mountains today. I can't remember the name of it. It was sort of from Windermere to here, where we are now at Side Farm, sort of more sort of north-eastern part of the Lake District. It was a really nice little drive there. But we're looking at doing the Honister Pass and a few of the different ones that people have sent me as well. So yeah, onwards and upwards, and enjoy the evening in the rain, I guess. The scenery in the Lake District was actually a lot more dramatic than I expected. Very similar to Scotland, the huge ragged mountains diving into the deep waters of the lake surrounding them. It really feels like you're on an adventure. After sitting inside, filling some time, making a coffee, playing some cards, and enjoying having no signal, finally the sun came out. It's not often you stay in a campsite that has a view like that and its own private beach that you can swim from. And all the better, it's only a few paces away from the car. I decided not to take my big professional photography cameras with me, but this little Fuji that I've got, which is 10 years old. It's absolutely brilliant, and I managed to snap a few photos along the way.
The popular Ullswater Way walk that takes about 8 to 12 hours runs behind our campsite, and we managed to walk just a little bit along but not too far. We came back, put the solar panel out in the sun and head down to the water. Any opportunity that Sophie gets to get in the water, she'll take it. I stayed out on the edge of the water this time, but in the next video you'll see me dive in. It almost feels like you're in a painting. You have to pinch yourself sometimes because everywhere you look, there's beauty to be seen. And with that, it's time to head up and start cooking. Somehow, chicken and couscous, salad or broccoli has become a staple recently. All you need to do is fry the chicken off with some barbecue rub, herbs and spices, add water to the couscous, heat it up and add some salad. Simple as that. Great to have while looking over this view. It was time to get the kettle on, have a brew and then head up to the roof tent. That night it was heavy rain, and I'm really happy to report that there was no water ingress whatsoever. After a good night's sleep, a spot of breakfast, a final look at the view, and a pack up, it was time to hit the road and head over to the Honister Pass. No, this isn't it. This is just the track to and from the campsite. About 500 meters long. It's nice to sort of wake up to a little bit of off-roading. During our time up here in the Lake District, we did 3 of the well-known passes, as they're called: Honister, Hard Knot and the Old Coach Road. This is the Honister Pass and is one of the easiest. Before heading over this pass, we actually head into Keswick, did a spot of shopping, actually fantastic little town for adventure shops, good coffee, and you can even do a boat trip around its local lake. It wasn't on my radar to actually head there on this trip, but I definitely recommend going past, especially as it's the Land Rover colour Keswick Green. So if you do want to do this road, start there and then head to Buttermere. This will go over the mountains, and it doesn't really show it on the GoPro as usual, but it's very steep on the way up and on the way down. While passing through, it's really nice to think about the history of the road. Dating back to Roman times, it was used to transport slate down for the mine at the top. Skipping forward, people in the local area used to mine here for the slate in 1643, delivering it to the local towns. Sitting atop of the mountain at 2,000 feet, people of the mine used to walk to work and also transport the slate on foot. Doesn't bear thinking about. Passing through in a car can take a few minutes, so it's good to look down at these crystal clear waters running down the mountain and up at the cliffs that rise above your head. A beautiful spot, and obviously a lot of people coming through here on their own adventures too. And as we come down the mountain to the end of the pass, next up we're heading over to a few more campsites and a few more passes just like this. I've broken it up into 3 parts just to keep each film a little bit slower so we can take time to see the scenery and enjoy the views as we go. It's an incredible location to visit. I highly recommend it. Please come back for parts 2 and 3. They'll be up soon, and in the future they'll be up now, so please do go and look at those when you can. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the description below. See you in the next video.